was a time 40 years ago in England, they rebelled against even having ID cards because they knew that that was police state. Because they always use them then for internal passports. Now the government's come out and said, you will have an internal passport and we will, outside of courts, outside of law, put you on secret lists so they confirm for political reasons where you have no life. Then folks are like, I better do what they say or I won't be able to travel or have a job. Well, that's total tyranny. These people are crooks. We come back from break, military, police, and others. Jeff, Matt, Scott, Chris, Randy, we're going to get to you. But here's the issue. This whole architecture of Homeland Security is designed on the surface for the American people. Checkpoints at trains and highways is not to get terrorists, folks. It's for the American people. Sticking their hands down one-year-old babies' diapers and checking for poop bombs, as we saw yesterday, is about training the parents that they're criminals and to have their space violated. We're all getting our prisoner training. And it's all being done so the globalists can steal everything. See, a lot of folks are like, well, I don't mind tyranny. Oh, really? Do you know with tyranny comes being poor, having no rights? So are our police and military and bureaucrats going to go along with this? Are they going to speak out? Is it such a peer pressure culture? We'll find out. Now, getting more into this, here are 10 facts that prove bin Laden Fable is a contrived hoax. Paul Joseph Watson. Merely a week after President Obama announced the death of Osama bin Laden, there is literally a deluge of evidence that clearly indicates the whole episode has been manufactured for political gain and to return Americans to a state of post-9/11 intellectual castration so that they can be easily manipulated in the run-up to the 2012 election. Here are 10 facts that prove the bin Laden fable is a contrived hoax. Before last Sunday's raid, every intelligence analyst, geopolitical commentator, or head of state worth their salt was on record as stating that Osama bin Laden was already dead and that they probably died many years ago, from veteran CIA officer Robert Baer to former Pakistani Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto to, she was current when they killed her, to former FBI head of counterterrorism Dale Watson. In addition, back in 2002, Alex was told directly by two separate high-level sources in the Bush administration. Let me find the spot I was. By two separate high-level sources that bin Laden was already dead and that his death would be announced at the most politically opportune moment. Top U.S. government insider, Dr. Steve R. Pieczenik, a man who held numerous different influential positions under 5 different presidents serving as Deputy Assistant Secretary under the Nixon, Ford, and Carter, told the Alex Jones show last week that bin Laden died of Marfan syndrome shortly after he was visited by CIA physicians at the American Hospital in Dubai in July of '01. And his family was told, you'll get billions more in contracts to build exclusively to build U.S. bases in the Middle East, which they got. You've been good helpers. Let us do this and say you're the guy that did it. You'll be seen as a hero in the Middle East, hated in America. And he said, absolutely, I salute you, and died. And they said, well done. And the rest is history. Did they bring his frozen body in and shoot some holes in it and have the SEALs take it out? Who knows? Number 2, the official narrative of how the raid unfolded completely collapsed within days of its announcement. First, there had to be a 40-minute shootout. Then there was no shootout. Just one man was armed. Just bin Laden was armed. Then he was not. First, bin Laden used his wife as a human shield and then did not. First, the compound was described as a $1 million mansion. Then it turned out to be a rubbish-strewn, dilapidated compound that was worth less than a quarter of that. Almost every single aspect of the official narrative has changed since Obama first described the raid last Sunday as the White House struggles to keep its story straight. 3, the alleged body of bin Laden was hastily dumped in the sea to prevent any proper procedure for identification. The White House claimed that this was in accordance with his normal Islamic burial rituals. However, numerous Muslim scholars over the globe disputed the claim, pointing out that Muslims can only be buried at sea if they die at sea. While the White House claimed that bin Laden's death was May 1st, was proven DNA and facial recognition, just like WMD documents. Such proof was never released for public scrutiny after the Obama administration refused to release photos of bin Laden's dead body, suggesting a cover-up. They just say, I get these emails going, well, they have DNA and body scan. And well, they could tell me they have that for Santa Claus. I mean, this is a group of known criminal, drug, narcotics, trafficking, DynCorp, Halliburton, U.S. government, UN child kidnapping ring people. Don't believe me? Just search UN child kidnapping. I mean, it's a murdering group of total scumbags. The average beat cop's out there writing tickets has no idea what's going on. The average military person doesn't. You better grow up and look into who you're working for. We don't have much more time. I'm sorry, I'm ranting. Despite the fact, number 4, the White House released Situation Room photos, which purported to show Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden, and the rest of the Obama security staff of criminals, watching the raid which killed bin Laden live. It was later admitted to CIA Director Leon Panetta that Obama did not have the raid because the live feed was cut before the SEALs entered the compound. Yeah, because they didn't want the Easter Bunny being on video. Then it goes on to that whole defining moment they put out and said was him watching. It was fake. Of course, it was a staged photo. Any idiot could look at it and tell it was staged. You can look at a photo and you can tell if something's acting or real. I mean, you can see it. They're a bunch of actors, a bunch of scum, a bunch of narcotics trafficking filth. I mean, it's time for people to grow up and think about all the lies we've been told. Governments all over the world, including ours, caught killing our troops in test, killing foster children, shooting people up all over the world with all these different diseases, polio, syphilis. And it's like, but let's trust them. They're nice. CIA aircraft crashing full of pure cocaine. Local cops bust them in Florida. They flash CIA badges. The cops go ahead and arrest them. That was in Esquire a decade ago. They're released. Government shipping narcotics across the Texas border. I mean, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired. Now I got to have checkpoints where they want to take my blood and stick their hands down my pants and ask me about narcotics. I mean, give me a break. Drug ads pushing the molecular, almost identical drugs as a prescription. And everybody, come on in. Just come on in. It's all right. Just come on in. I mean, you know, we've got all this stuff going on. Thank you. We've got all this stuff happening. We've got all this stuff unfolding. And it just goes on and on and on. And this servile, domesticated, cowardly population being scared by this sock puppet that has a beard and a turban on it. Give me your rights. Give me your bank account. Give me all your data. I'm going to spy on you without warrants to keep you safe from the... I mean, it's elementary. Now, internal checkpoints. I want to go to all these calls. Number 5... even mainstream journalists began to cast suspicion on the official narrative behind the raid when the media reported that al-Qaeda itself had confirmed every detail of Obama's address to the nation. However, the conduit of such a claim was in fact the organization called SITE, which is a notorious Pentagon propaganda front run by the daughter of a former Israeli spy that has been caught on numerous occasions releasing fake, cartoonish al-Qaeda videos. And we have links to that. And how the U.S. government funds it. And how they released videos from years ago and said they were new. That's how dumb they think you are. They hate you. And they go, wow, we get caught dealing drugs and don't get in trouble. Well, just, wow, we're running giant child kidnapping rings. Why not do more? These people let us do anything. And the most sickening, murdering criminals get into government now and corporations and recruit more criminals. And they're just like, my gosh, we stole $27 trillion. We can do whatever we want. Let's steal the military's death benefits. Let's take the pension funds. Let's do everything. We'll say it's to stop al-Qaeda. Let's take over the web and everybody's cell phone with government propaganda. Let's put telescreens up saying don't trust your neighbors. Yes, it's wonderful. Let's put fluoride in their water. I'm sorry, I'm ranting now. Almost every single neighbor that lived in the area, and it goes on, said that no one lived there. The CIA was next door. The bin Laden didn't live there. Now it turns out the CIA was next door. Number 7, the videos released by the White House past week were purported to show Osama bin Laden making al-Qaeda tapes in October of 2010. Almost identical. They just changed a little bit of the color in the background to footage first released by Pentagon front group called SITE nearly 4 years ago. Remember the May 2010 Washington Post story about the CIA admitted making fake bin Laden videos? On and on and on. They admit they make fake ones, but we got to believe them. We make fake videos, but believe these. Those others were fake, but these are real. Well, hey, it's just, you put a different color background. It's the same guy. The lips move at the same time. Give us the audio because it's the same video. Oh, we're not releasing the audio. Shut up. We're too lazy to even make new fake ones. And it's clearly a computer-generated character like Mario Kart level graphics. I mean, it's a fake robot. And they released other videos that were old, re-edited ones from 99, 2000. That was all admitted. They released video of Muhammad Atta and the other main hijacker at the training base with bin Laden 5 years ago, and then a year later admitted, oh, it was fake from a made-for-TV movie that aired on British TV 2 years before. They're like, hey, we have this good computer graphic we did of the simulating the 2 lead hijackers meeting with bin Laden let's just use it and say it's real. Yeah, the scum won't notice. We kidnap their kids and ship narcotics in. They're a bunch of domesticated cowards who are totally gullible and will buy anything. Let's just do it. Despite the fact that numerous neocons came out on days after the alleged raid to erroneously assert that torturing terror suspects at Guantanamo Bay led to the discovery of bin Laden himself, the supposed world's most wanted terrorist and treasure trove of terror information, despite the fact that he was unarmed, was not taken in for questioning. He was instantly shot in the head, according to the official narrative. Number 9, U.S. government has been caught on several occasions within the past decade staging military operations for the purpose of generating contrived pro-war sentiment amongst the American public. Jessica Lynch, Pat Tillman, fake WMDs, I could go on. Number 10, despite the fact that Obama announced last Sunday on live television that the world is now safer because bin Laden is dead, his administration, with the aid of the fearmonger mass media, instantly seized upon the situation to terrify Americans into being afraid of imminent reprisal terror attacks inside the United States. So-called no-fly list to be expanded to trains and subways. Obama went to the Ground Zero photo op. They rolled out the new terror listing 2 weeks before. It's all scripted. All right, I said I'd take your calls, and I want to hear from police and military. Do you buy any of this? And do you buy we've got to have random TSA trained people now everywhere? That'll keep us safe from terrorists, but the borders are wide open. And now the La Reconquistas are trying to break Arizona in two and merge with Mexico, and it's a minor footnote in Reuters. I mean, do you get it? Traitors took over America. Red alert, we're going down. And the government staging events so they can sick you on people inside the country who aren't traitors. Understand? Comprende? Got that? Get it? Understand it? Good. Jeff in Texas, you're on the air. I'm sorry I'm ranting. Go ahead.
No problem, Alex. It's an honor to talk to you, and I've got to apologize in advance. I am at work, so if I get a call, I'm going to have to go.
That's fine. Go ahead, sir.
All right. I just wanted to say that I don't buy a word that they say, and I think it's pretty much straight out of 1984 that they're going to be able to take over our phone media and send us direct messages.
It is directly out of 1984. If you're a police officer in the military, let us know. What are your colleagues saying? I mean, are they starting to get freaked out by this?
I'm trying to spread the word as much as I can, and there seems like there's some of them that are loosely aware of it, and it's like a.
Well, Jeff, do you realize, because your phone's cutting out, do you realize that they're going to slowly try to federalize you and use you against the general public, not criminals?
Yes, sir, and at that point, I will no longer serve. Right now, I'm just in to try and wake up as many people as I can and protect as many people's rights as I possibly can.
Are you in the military or a police officer?
I'm a police officer at an airport in Texas.
What do you think of Texas moving to make it the law, which it already is, but specifically that if TSA sticks their hand on your genitals, it's a felony?
I'm excited. I can't wait to enforce it because I'm sick of having to stand by and watch it.
And I know a lot of TSA folks write me and talk to me in person when I see them, and they say they don't like what's happening. The other TSA people that you talk to, are you getting the same thing, that they don't like what they're being told to do?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like there's two pretty distinct groups. It's, one that's, completely oblivious and have no idea what they're doing, kind of. I mean, they seem like good-faring people, and then there's others that just seem like, just like in police, they enjoy the authority and like to use it.
Well, Jeff, let me ask you this question. See, I like to use authority on bullies, on scum, on criminals, not on little old ladies or one-year-old babies. I have an instinct to want to protect them, and I know real warriors in the real warrior class, that's what you want. This is the parasite class they're trying to convert you to, and thank God you're fighting it. What about now expanding airport security randomly to malls, shopping centers, grocery stores, highways, train stations, which they're now announcing they're doing? I mean, even if terrorists were real, just randomly doing this is a complete joke. It's only designed for the public. Do you agree or disagree?
I completely agree. I mean, how many people have actually been caught by these random screenings and searches? I mean, they're completely unconstitutional. They're unbacked by anything. I mean, the Constitution says it has to be issued based upon probable cause, and there's certainly no probable cause when it comes to that. And as far as, I mean, yeah, even if these random screenings are out there, what are the odds? I mean, if every day you go out and you get in your car, you're taking a big risk that you're going to get in a wreck and die. I mean, that's just
exactly
part of life.
Exactly. Jeff, God bless you. We appreciate your service to the country and the republic and this great state of Texas. Look, I'm going to try to break this down briefly and then go to Matt, Scott, Chris, and Randy right now here in about 60 seconds. They're telling us torture's good. If they can get us to say torture's good, they can do anything. That's so immoral, so evil. It's only good for fake confessions. It's right out of every nightmare state in history. And they're flying their flag of evil, trying to get us to accept the evil. You do that, it's over. And then all the other checks and balances that make us secure, that make us safe, that make us happy, that create the engine of liberty, they're gone.